you? Well then, come on down to Captain Spaulding's Museum of Monsters and Madmen.
It was a night like any other night. Then something happened. In search of a mysterious figure known only as Dr. Satan.
Welcome to Zombieland.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Who you gonna call?
Yes guys, it's the arch nemesis. I can't quite believe I'm saying this, but welcome to Halloween Horror Nights 29. Let's do this. We are here at the time of about 5:15 because we're just very gassed to be here, so we're gonna queue for about an hour and a little bit for the event.
I promise that I'll be enthusiastic about this park, I promise.
Done well. We've come very early, but there's barely a queue right now. I can tell you now, in about an hour's time, people will be pushing towards this gate. I'm just excited to be here.
I'm working with a limited edition t-shirt.
Today. This is today.
When did the last come though?
There, that day.
What about you?
I'm just bear. I'm looking for the bear to do a bit of this.
To anyone who doesn't quite understand that, if you see the Halloween Horror Nights bear, if you chant bear, it will give you a little dance, so...
Flexing.
Can I just say?
Flex on them.
I'm out here today, obviously. Jack the Clown, classic. I've never seen him, probably won't ever see him, unless I come back next year, because I'm pretty sure they're going to bring him back.
Jerry, what's your GPA, like 4.1?
So we are minutes away and the queue is to the back of the arch. Wow. And we are officially through. Abby's going to give out maps. Go on.
Do you want a map?
Sorry.
That's alright.
Give her a map.
Yeah, she wanted the map. Yeah, let's go once.
Go on, go on.
I just give out 4 maps. I mean, there's counters everywhere, like thousands of them, but like, people just want them from me. Like, what can I say? Don't come to Halloween Horror Nights with your parents because they do fucking surveys. I've given out 4 maps since I've been.
Okay guys, first of all, our first house of the night is going to be Killer Clowns, so we are heading there right about now. So just before entering the Vanity Ball scare zone, we have actually just come into the entrance of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This last year was a very popular scare zone. What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was sick. Archie fell in love with one of the actors.
We're talking about the Killer Clown Zone.
Oh.
What do you think?
I don't like it. Oh no, wait, sorry, I'm not being attitudinal this video.
So we have just come off Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It was a strong maze, it was really funny. There's a lot of interactive elements to that. There's loads of buttons you can press. My favourite part was the massive clown. This is going to be a spoiler vlog, by the way. Huge clown sort of standing over the doorway that you go under. I thought it was a little bit weak towards the start, but that was purely just because I wasn't in the right place for scares. So you gotta give yourself a little bit of space. From halfway through that maze, the rest of it amazing, because there was no one in front of us, and you just have to give the group before you a little bit of space, and you'll get all the scares. Yeah, I'd say it's a really good maze, really fun, not too scary. Yeah, great fun, loved it.
Flipping brilliant. I've always loved the Killer Clown.
He's gone. I don't know why, because we're going that way. There's Abigail.
Oh, it was sick. Clowns all over the gap. You don't know which clowns are real or fake, they're stood there like this. And then they come out, you're like, bah!
Brilliant attraction, great theming,
I
love
don't
that.
know if you've clocked, I prefer Halloween Horror Nights to theme parks.
Yeah, Abby is actually in her element right now, as are we all, to be fair. I'm so excited! So we're now about to head on to Graveyard Games for the first time, but the audio around the park, amazing.
I'm afraid no ghosts.
No ghosties. So we just came out of Graveyard Games. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. It was very repetitive. It was all quite dark, but there was some good scares in there. It was really well themed. I'd prefer Killer Clowns over it just 'cause it was a little bit more enjoyable. But yeah, to be honest, that was more of a weak maze from every maze that I've done. So I was here last year and I did every maze bar Dead Exposure. So not that I was too scared because Abby was too tired and we had to come home. It was alright, it was okay. Talk us through that scare.
Basically, I was in the front and my dad was behind me and he said, Abby, on your right, someone's about to pop up. And I'm like, yeah, it's blessed, calm, chill. Turn to my right, this person, I can't remember what happened, I've tried to forget, just like fires himself at me. And I'm like, I just dropped to the floor and Dad's like, hold me up.
Abby's got a good point there. We are here on the first night. It's opening night here at Halloween Horror Nights 29.
They're not like going easy.
No
on
one's
people.
used to their boundaries. They're coming very close.
Yeah. There was this one man that just had to like literally just do like that, but like he literally nearly clawed my eyeballs out.
I've been almost headbutted about 3 times now. It's really scary, especially when the masks are so detailed. They get super close, and I don't think they'll do that later on in the season. I think they'll realise how far they can get used to it. I know they've done training nights, but nothing can prepare you for the real event, which is right about now. There we go. Oh my god! We just came out of Universal Monsters. Not only did I get some of the best scares I've ever had at Universal Studios, actually just ever, that maze is so well themed. Wow! That's my favourite Halloween Horror Nights maze. Okay, I'm gonna try and break it down. You got to see so many different iconic characters, some that I didn't even know were gonna be in there. There were some amazing effects and some scares I've never seen before in any other mazes. They set you up so well for those scares. I was 10 out of 10, loved that.
Got her again.
Well, it's safe to say that's my favourite scare zone. I know you probably can't see me much, but Nightingales, I really enjoyed it. Some amazing set pieces in there. It was the scariest maze for me so far. And
it had a really cool lion in it, but it wasn't the bear. It was not the bear.
It did have a really cool lion in it, it did, but we haven't found the bear yet. Okay, so we just came out of Depths of Fear, and that was a brilliant maze. Probably better than Nightingales of the 2 sprung tents. So these are both in tents like this, but when you're inside it doesn't feel that way. The use of levels were amazing there. You went up and down and it really felt like you were in like a submarine type thing. So we're now on our way to House of 1,000 Corpses. I'm very excited for this. My voice is already going. I'm very excited for this maze. It's probably one of my most anticipated, only because I really love the film. Big shout out to Callum from Theme Park Banter, who urged me to watch it before I came, and I was very impressed by this film. I think it can perfectly translate to a maze, so I'm hoping that they do a good job of this, because this could be probably my top maze or top 3, because I'll tell you what, Universal Monsters was so good. So we have just come off House of 1,000 Corpses, and it did not disappoint in the slightest. I tell you what, that was packed full of a load of different scenes, and they didn't miss out on anything which I wanted to see. So I'm very happy with that maze. Just because I love the film, I absolutely love that maze. Maybe some people would be a bit confused or maybe a little bit disappointed, because it is quite, I don't mean to say claustrophobic, but they shove a lot of stuff in there. But yeah, just to see those characters in there for me was amazing. Even the music, stunning. Had a little sing-song with one of the actors in there.
I wanna be loved by you, just you, nobody else but you.
bloody loved it. Fucking brilliant. Hello from a slightly tipsy Archie. House of a Thousand Corpses was amazing. What are you saying?
About what?
House of a Thousand.
Oh, it was too scary, man.
It was well good. It was well good. We're heading now down to the entrance area of the park. But it's the New York section of the park, and it's home to Zombieland, the Scare Zone, which I'm very excited for, and it's also home to YETI, Stranger Things, and Ghostbusters. So four massive houses. I can't wait. Let's go. Okay, so we are now heading on to Us. I'm very scared for this maze, but hopefully should be good. Very good film, so I hope this is great. Just walked through Zombieland though. Feels a little bit flat compared to Vamp 85 last year. That was a stunning scare zone. It was so cool and alive, whereas this one feels pretty dead. No pun intended. Out of Us, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very strong maze yet again. Great finale. So some Halloween Horror Nights mazes don't have great finales. That one, brilliant finale. Again, quite similar to the Village's finale, if you're aware from Extreme Scream. I highly recommend you go to Extreme Scream if you're from the East Midlands. Definitely worth a visit. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. The best thing about that were the actors. Their physicality was amazing.
It was stupid. There was in the film, there's, you know, the main actor that's scary with the booky voice.
Yep.
There was a lady in like a lounge area, and then a separate lady completely in the area that's like with the bunnies and
there were bunnies.
Area.
They weren't real, but they were great.
Two ladies were like different people, but they were the actual actress. It was so
the way they moved was really quick, really sharp, crazy movement, and you didn't need to be jumped out, and that's what I loved about that attraction. Every attraction's you get jump scare after jump scare, whereas there are some actors in there who move really quickly, but they don't jump out at you at all, and that's just as scary, and it installs that fear and that dread, and yeah, great. They did really well there. It was very different, but they pulled it off. I gravely apologise if you guys are expecting like the sickest edits of the event. I'm literally filming on my phone camera, so the low light is terrible. But yeah, this is just pure reactions. You can't film in the attractions. That rhymed. I'm sorry, but I hope you guys are still enjoying. I'm absolutely knackered, and everyone is, so it's so difficult to get like the best footage possible because we are all so tired. But without further ado, we are heading on to YETI Terror of the Yukon now. I'm very excited for it because well, it is boiling and I'm shattered, so I do need a little bit of mountain air. A little bit of aircon would be great right now. So we just came out of YETI Terror of the Yukon, and we got picked on at the end. One guy squared up to me and just stood in the middle of the path. That doesn't happen at Universal mazes. I don't know why. Obviously I was quite scared, so I think he was sort of almost laughing at me by standing in front of me, and then his mate picked on us, and then his other mate picked up. So it was good. The finale was great. But I tell you what, there are some tactical scares in that. There is this amazing scare which I'll break down just in a second because that was sick. I apologise for the time jump, but the YETI scare basically was very clever. It's probably one of the most unique scares that I've ever seen. So there's like an actor, a walkway in front of you where you know that you can't really go. You know you're going to be heading right, but you have to move towards it. And the guy that we had, is a decoy, so he basically stands at the back almost as if he's going to run towards you, but instead of having the classic stance of, oh, I'm about to jump at you, he just stayed there and went shh, shh, like don't wake the YETI or whatever, and we were like, what's going on here? And then basically just before you think he was going to run at you, there's like a trapdoor on the left of this, so it looks like a wooden wall, but actually it is a trapdoor, and this YETI swings open by it and it jumps in your face, which is amazing. I've never seen anything quite like it. And the actor who tells everyone to be quiet is literally just a decoy, which is really clever because bless him, he gets no scares all night, but gets to watch some of the best reactions. in the whole park. Next up, second to last house of the night is Stranger Things. What is that? That's a strange thing. Another thing to note about House of a Thousand Corpses and Us is that they both play out in chronological order, as if the film is playing out right in front of you and you're traveling from the start of the film to the end of the film, which I really like. I don't think that was the case with that was the case with Stranger Things last year, but I don't think it's going to be the case this year. So we'll see how it goes. This may be due to it being opening night, or that I've just caught it at wrong times. But we've just gone past Zombieland again, and it looks really dry. It's a shame because that was the best place to be last year. So I feel like it's lost its charm, but I've got another night to have a look and see how it's going. So we just came out of Stranger Things, and it actually played through season 2 chronologically and through season 3 chronologically, which was really neat. And yeah, it was good. It was really good. It was very strong. It's got a lot of fan service in there. Scares, nothing new there. Your classic stuff. But it felt more of like a horror maze than a Universal style attraction. I thought it'd be quite showpiece, whereas actually there was some like chain metal fences. I was like, this is new, but yeah, I really liked it. But I reckon if I had a better run through, I'd appreciate it more. In terms of getting the right scares and being in the right place to receive the scares and the special effects. But yeah, that's such a long maze, and the finale is this huge mind flayer in Starcourt Mall, which is amazing. We've got one maze left, which is going to be Ghostbusters. I'm shattered. I am absolutely shattered. So, final maze of the day. Night, Ghostbusters. Yeah, I'm super excited for this one. I've heard a lot of amazing things, so fingers crossed we finish this with a bang. So that does it. 10 mazes. It's just before 12 o'clock at night. We have had fast tracks. I can't believe people can do this without them, but shit, I'm silhouetted as fuck. Okay. My opinion to that house was it was amazing. They shoved a ton of money onto that one. Wow. Some effects in there, really clever, really cool. And very interestingly, there's a receptionist in there who is live mic'd. She is live mic'd, so she can chat to anyone who's walking past. That was amazing. That was really cool. It gives it a little bit of charm. There were a few effects there that weren't working, which was a shame because there was cloth covered over it. What would be either a puppet or animatronic. It's a shame, but at the end of the day, it's a great maze. Like the finale sections of that were really strong. Some incredible effects. I don't know how the lightning stuff works, but it blows my mind how impressive these mazes are visually. They've just been incredible the whole night. There's not been a maze which has been terrible or bad in that sense. I'll give you a list of my top 10 in the description below. But without further ado, I'll head on to the Unmasking the Horror Tour, aka the RIP Tour, because I am way too tired to vlog anymore. So, good night from myself, the Arch Nemesis. It's been a wild ride. I'll see you tomorrow for some more.